So the Yankees salvage the series. They did lose the series 2-1, but they are 5-4 right now in these 9 games. Now they got 3 against Fenway against the Red Sox, before we then go to Minnesota for 3 against Twins, and then to Camden for 4 against the Orioles. So shout out to everybody in the chat. We got the Buckeye here, the Consigliere, Brandon. What's going on, everybody? Palvis, what is going on, everybody? Now let's recap this bad boy. Cam Schliller, he got the win. He's 3-3. He went 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, 7 strikeouts. Good looking young pitcher. Ryan Yarbrough came in, 3 innings pitched, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 strikeouts. Held it down and got the save, his first save. Offensively, Austin Slater was 1 for 4 with an RBI single. And Aaron Judge, 3 for 4 with 2 home runs, number 45 and number 46. He also got his 100th RBI. So he stamped himself as, again, he's getting, if he's not at the top of the RBI standings, he's got to be close to Cal Raleigh. Okay. Cody Bellinger was 1 for 4 with a ribby. And Giancarlo Stanton 1 for 5 with a moonshot home run. Ace. What's good, Ace? Yeah, brother. What is going on, man? Appreciate you. Jazz Chisholm, 2 for 4 with 2 ribbies. Paul Goldschmidt, 2 for 5. Happy 38th birthday with belated. He turned 38 yesterday, Paul Goldschmidt. Ben Rice is 2 for 4 with the ribby. And 2 doubles. Benji Rice. Jose Caballero, 2 for 3. And he had a couple of steals, too. 2 stolen bases, too. I think 45 and 46. Ryan McMahon, over 3. He's 1 home run away from 20. Now, with Stanton's home run today, that gives him 20. The Yankees now have 7 guys with 20 home runs or more. Judge of 46, Grisham 30, Jazz 28, Bellinger 28, Rice 23, Austin Wells 21, Giancarlo Stanton 20. That's 7. Anthony Volpe had 19. You got Ryan McMahon also with 19. So, in regards to Volpe, I think they should just sit him for the rest of the season. There's so much stuff going on, right? About him playing with a partial tear in his labrum, and kind of trying to play through it in the season. If I'm a reporter, I want to interview the Yankees doctors. Right? I want to interview the Yankees doctors. I want the Yankees doctors to explain the logic and as to why he could keep playing. I understand like why they would want to play him. I get it, because Oswald Peraza was the alternative, and he wasn't better than Volpe, even though Volpe wasn't great. Oswaldo Cabrera missed the whole season with a torn ankle, and we didn't get Caballero until the trade deadline. So we're kind of had a lack of options until then. But I would, yeah. I mean, if you put Volpe on the 60-day IL, gets him off the 40-man, which makes it easier to put somebody on the 40-man. And they're going to need to protect several guys from a Rule 5 draft. So now would probably be the time. But I do, yeah. I mean, I think it would be a good time to shut Volpe down for the season. And just, I know they like him. All that stuff, but now's not the time to play favorites. Give Caballero a legitimate chance. Really. No. 5th in AL in ribbies. Rally leads are 113. Yeah, Judge has 100 now. Judge also tied Joe DiMaggio today with his 361st home run. 361. Shout out CeeLo's in the building. Susan, how are you? Gaze, what is good? Buckeye, the king of Texas, and the prime minister of Texas is here. Dang is in the building too. Now, around the horn, okay, that was their box score for the Yankees. Around the horn, the Mariners are up 4-0 on the Angels in the second. The Padres are up 1-0 on the Rockies. The Guardians up there, they beat their Royals 3-2. The Phillies beat the Mets 6-4. They have swept the Mets, a 4-game sweep. The Mets are 11 games out of first place now. 11 games. So that's rough. The Marlins beat the Nationals 5-0. The Blue Jays did win today. They beat the Astros 6-0. So the Yankees did not pick up any ground on the Blue Jays, but they picked up a half a game on the Red Sox, who did not play today. The White Sox 5-1 over the Rays. Orioles 3-2 over the Pirates. And in football, the Packers are leading the Washington Commanders right now 17-3 in the third quarter. So that's the scores from around the horn. Yo, Ken, what do you know? Yeah, I want to see. Stanton's out 449. He's right. He's right there, man. 51 from 500. I would love to see him get 500 in these next 2 years. Before his option is triggered in 2028. So, yeah, the Mets are reeling right now, and there is a chance that so the Mets are right now in terms of playoff standings. Let's go to standings. They were last in the wild card in the National League. Let's pull this up here. Yeah, they're still last. The Cincinnati Reds and the San Francisco Giants are a game and a half behind them. So they have a chance of getting knocked out of the wild card altogether. They do. Nice, dang. You did some good stuff tonight, man. It's good. Well, exactly, Brandon. It's not over till it's over. You got that right. So we still have games to play. Yeah, Caballero looks good. Just keep playing him. He steals mad bases. He gets on base. He plays good defense. So just put him in shortstop for the rest of the season, please. Yeah, I'd be shocked if the Dodgers didn't make it, Beagle. Now the Dodgers, and now they're 3 games up in first place on the Padres. Now the wild card in the National League is the Cubs, the Padres, and the Mets. So those 3 teams. Yes, it would crush us, Susan, if the Mets got kicked out. I'd be devastated. Caballero is definitely playing for a spot. He's earning it. So I just think the right thing to do is, now that we know what we know about Volpe, I would just shut him down for the rest of the season. Just give him rest. Let him get worked on. Whatever he needs to do, let him get rest. All right, Somerset. I like it. Well, he's out with a shoulder. Well, so he got a cortisone shot yesterday, Anthony Volpe. So, because he's been re-aggravating the shoulder injury that he suffered in May when he was diving for that ball and his shoulder popping. It's his left shoulder, it's his non-throwing shoulder. But that's the arm that extends when you're a righty. The arm you extend when you swing is your left hand, your left arm. So that's the bat, the one that holds onto the bat the longest. So you can see it's affecting his swing. His footwork, I think, is affecting his range in the infield and his throwing. So his footwork, we talked about this last night, it's not right, his footwork. So it's affecting his timing, it's affecting his ability to throw effectively, because the injury is not to the throwing arm, the injury is to the non-throwing arm. So I think it's footwork that more affects his footwork. His ability to throw and his defense in the infield. Well, cortisone is going to help the pain, Marion. That's not going to heal the tear. He's going to probably have to get it scoped this offseason or now, right? So cortisone is just going to help with that discomfort. Yeah, Volpe re-aggravated his shoulder injury. And they reported today, I think it was Brian Hoke and some other folks, that he's been nursing a partial labrum tear since May. And the doctors have been clearing him, right? So, crazy. Yeah, man. I hope the captains. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. Me too, man. Judge and Stanton, Buckeye. When they hit that ball, it's just like it's when somebody, like, if you're ever watching a golf and somebody just cracks one when they're driving in their first driver shot. Oh, like, oh man, she got a hold of that. He got a hold of that. It kind of reminds me of that. No. Was he still there, AJ, at the 7th inning? Yeah. What's good, Ace, man? How was your stream, bro? How was your live? How was your day, man? Ken, how was yours, bro? Yeah, inflammation and like with the tear, tear is a whole nother level because that's like you have it like a grade one and a grade two and a grade three strain, right? And generally, grade one is just a strain. Grade two is partially between strain that started at the beginning of the tear process, and grade three is fully torn. So if you level it that way, it's like a grade two labrum tear, but they're calling it a labrum tear, so it must be higher than that. It's not a labrum strain. So yeah, Yarbrough had a 3 inning save. Just he came in and did it, and it was good. It wasn't a bullpen game. Schlittler threw 6 innings. Schlittler threw 6 innings, man. Man, if it don't hurt, yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm wondering if the doctors are the ones that kept clearing. Well, they have to be the ones that keep clearing Volpe to play. So, Boone does not have say over the team doctors. Tigers, yes, but it doesn't matter. They weren't going to sweep the Yankees. Now the Yankees have to ride this momentum into Fenway Park, and they got to beat the Red Sox. And they have a tough matchup. I mean, we got Lucas Giolito tomorrow, Brian Bello the next day, and Garrett Crochet on Sunday. So that's not going to be easy, any of those games. And last time we faced the Red Sox, Giolito and Bello shut us down. We hit Crochet, but we got to – if we win one of the 3 games, we go 6-6. If we win 2, we go 7-5. So right now we're 5-4. We beat Crochet last time, AJ. We beat Crochet, and Crochet's also over his innings limit for the season. So same to AJ, man. Same thing. Same to you, AJ. Hope you're having a good day too, man. Yeah, I think Jonathan. I think they're gonna protect LaGrange, Spencer Jones. Who else? Chase Hampton, right? 3 or 4 guys. They're gonna protect from Rule 5, I think. Yeah. Cup bat helps judge by giving him a harder bat. Interesting. Right. Yes, but I didn't hear that. Okay. Nah, they're not going to get swept by Boston walking. Yeah. One series at a time, Brandon. One series at a time. No. Whatever you say, Joshua. I think the Yankees gave themselves life. Yeah. Should the Yankees sign Trevor Bauer? No. Hard pass. Hard pass. May is not pitching. May is on the I think he's on the IL now. Even without him, we're not going to get swept. No, the Packers are and since they traded for Micah Parsons, the Packers are now like a legitimate frontline contender now. Yeah. Exactly, Concierge. No politics. Keep the politics out of here. I don't know, Joseph. I don't know who it's. If it's the doctors, it's got to come from the top. It's definitely not coming from Boone. Yeah. So when the Packers made that trade for Michael Parsons and they took him from the Cowboys, they automatically stand themselves like you saw how strong their defense was last week. They were just suffocating, and Michael Parsons was like he was in everything. So I think they're going to continue to be good. Packers now with Parsons. That was a big trade for them. They gave up a lot, gave 2 1s, but They had to do that. They had to do that. I'm Jets, AJ. Jets. I follow the Giants and I also follow the Eagles because my wife's an Eagles fan. But I'm the Jets are my team. Chargers fan. I like Harbaugh, so I'm a Harbaugh guy. That was a good managerial hire by the Chargers. Washington scored. Is it what 17-9 now? Xi Jinping, yeah, exactly, CeeLo. Yeah, the Jets have a lot more fans than you think. Or they have some of the more loyal fans. We're all miserable together, kind of like the Mets fans, right? 17-10. All right, so they got the extra point. All right. Giants fan too. Nice. Bills, Mary Ellen. All right. I got to tell you, Josh Allen, man, what a he's the real deal. I mean, I thought it was legit already, but he is for real. He stamped himself as probably the best quarterback in the NFL with that first game. I saw that, Buckeye. I saw that. Was that a shooting at the Naval Academy? There was also a shooting at UMass today, yeah, as well. I remember butt fumble, yeah, but that's Mark Sanchez too. That's Mark Sanchez, not Justin Fields. Yeah, yeah, that's crazy, Buckeye. It's just I'm telling you, they swept the Mets. I watched the last inning with my wife. It was nice. It's good to see John Duran. Like he struck out Soto, he struck out Alonso, and he struck out who was the last guy? Mark Fiento. Struck out the side in the ninth. All those guys. That guy's legit. John Duran. He is legit. Um, oh, nice, Mary Helen. Yeah, but they were down by 15 with like a couple minutes to go, and they made this remarkable comeback. The Bills. What about? Yeah, there's two more shootings today, AJ. UMass and the Naval Academy in Maryland. Navy base or Naval Academy, yeah. Um, but that was a crazy comeback, Maryland, by the Bulls, by the Bills. At some point, they got to win a chip one of these years. They can't keep going that far and then not making it. Like I remember them it was like the 80s or the 90s where they went to like 3 straight Super Bowls and they lost all of them. Like that's got to hurt. That's got to hurt. And they haven't been. This is as good as they've been since then. No. Spencer Jones, I don't know if he felt the face of the earth. He's got 33 home runs now. Um, his OPS is like 930. They're not talking about him because the Yankees have Austin Slater. There's no room for Spencer Jones now, AJ. But he's got 33 home runs now. Been to 5 Yankee games, and that's keep going to Yankee games, Nelson. You're giving them good luck, bro. You're giving them good luck. Was it 4 straight Super Bowls? Oh my God, I thought it was 3. 4. Oh, that's a punch to the gut, man. That is a punch to the gut. 4 straight Super Bowls I'm losing. Oh goodness. 2 of them were field goals, right? Missed field goals. I remember that. That's brutal. Brutal. That's like going to 4 straight World Series and losing all 4 of them. That would hurt so bad. At least the Super Bowl's one game and not like a bunch of them, right? So yeah, they get Crochet on Sunday, Manuel. They face Crochet on Sunday. They face Giolito tomorrow, Brian Bello Saturday, Garrett Crochet on Sunday. Yeah, Schlittler definitely shut him down. 6 innings, 1-run ball. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, there was a lefty pitcher that originally started for the Tigers, so and Grisham needed a day off anyway, so and they wanted to get Judge back in the outfield, which he was today. So, you know, yeah, Yeah, 9/11, yeah. 24th anniversary of 9/11. So I still never forget it. I'll never forget that day. I was down. One of my best friends in high school was in the building. I lost him. His remains were found like months later. Plane flew underneath where he was into the building. He had no way to get out. Yeah, they had Austin Slater in there tonight. He led off and he played the outfield. So I figured Hal was going to be there. Hal and Randy Levine were there when Trump went into the locker room to talk to the Yankees before the game. No, pulled from CD. I remember. I remember the school. Yeah, people were pulled from school. I'll never forget that. And then like you went home and saw like what happened. And you saw, oh my God, the other building. And then all of a sudden, a couple hours later, the Pentagon. And then I was watching my mom. My mom was like, "What the fuck?" It was just one after the other. United 93 falling. That was headed for the White House, but the people attacked. They fought with the pilots and it crashed in Pennsylvania. No, crazy, Jonathan. The lineup was good tonight. The lineup was good. I would expect to see Slater in there and more Rosario against lefty pitching. So I would expect one or both of them there on Sunday. Hopefully before that. So sorry to hear it, Susan. Yeah, a lot of people caught that. Some cancer. Round zero. I had an uncle who caught it from Vietnam, Agent Orange, who died of cancer. Yeah, but I know some people who died of cancer from like firefighters and first responders that caught it. Um, yeah, paramedics. Yeah, that place was crazy. That place was crazy. I never seen anything like it. I really never seen anything like it. Yeah, my sister actually worked at the building next to the World Trade Center. She took the day off, and the building that she worked at collapsed also. So thankfully, she wasn't there. Long Island, LC, yeah. Well, NYPD was on full alert that day too, Susan. Yeah, they were everywhere, everywhere. 9/11. Sorry to hear it, CeeLo. Yeah, that was just the debris that came of it. That like, oh my gosh. TSA. All right, David. Well, you know what? Don't be ashamed to say that, man. It's necessary, your job. World Trade Center Labor Day, nice. One of my friends was on the engineering team to build the new Freedom Tower. They built that building, the new one. CNB stock market from across. You saw. Could you imagine that, Buckeye? Like, if you saw it, like, it's just a hollowing feeling. Like this, where's this plane coming from? What the? And then boom, and you see it's just a cloud of smoke. Like, unbelievable, unbelievable. I think. But yeah, but I lost my buddy. He was an electrician. He was working on like I don't know, the 90 something floor that day, and the plane's hitting the 70s or whatever it was, and he couldn't get out. Huh. Saturday's game being Fox. I'm not sure, Nelson. Um, and 9/11 was just nuts. That day was a day to never forget. Let's see, Saturday's game looks like NESN, New England Sports Network. Well, depending on where you're at, it could be different by you. I'll see it on the MLB TV app. Getting crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. I just remember like old people talking about being deployed. They were going to dispatch the fighter jets, and I'll just never forget it, man. Such a crazy day. And then like all the cell phones were not working. Like my parents were working in the city. They had to walk home from the city, so walk over the Queensboro Bridge and all that stuff, and you couldn't get a hold of anybody. That was another like a stressful day too. Peanut, yeah, man, dude, you guys were in it, man, the whole time, and NYPD was all over the place. That's what I'm hearing. What I did hear is that Dayball went to the Giants owners and he asked them for permission to start Jackson Dart. Now I don't know if they said yes, but I know he went to ask them. Oh, it was crazy, Buckeye. I mean, it was nuts. Saturday's game on LB Network. All right. So Big said that's probably why nobody could get a hold of anybody that day. Like I couldn't get a hold of my parents. I couldn't get a hold of anybody. So yeah, we appreciate everybody that served, man. Everybody was a first responder, NYPD down there. Thank you to all of yous. Really, thank you to all of yous. So, that was a day to remember. Definitely a day to remember. Yeah, he was friends with George. George is a longtime contributor to his party, a financial contributor. Cleanse. I can only imagine Dallas Fort Worth, one of the bigger airports. Yeah, I mean, I just once they grounded everybody, Cleanse, like what, it was just complete chaos. Oh, the Packers are first and goal at the score again. Gonna make it 24-10. Yeah, it's ESPN Game of the Week on Sunday. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing like with Russell Wilson there, do they really want to give on Russell Wilson this quickly? I know that Jameis Winston is the backup, but is he even healthy? I don't know. And Dart was so exciting in the postseason. They think they're gonna, get some type of momentum under Dart, and I guess Cowboys are probably a good team to try this too. I wouldn't try it if they were playing the Packers, something like that. So Cam did look solid, Manuel. 6 innings, 1 run. Yep, let's go. Touchdown, Green Bay. Green Bay's legit. They are legitimate this year. That trade, I think that trade puts them over the top. So LAX, JFK, yeah, Philadelphia, all big airports, David. Atlanta is another huge one. Prime is crashing. Is he, Jonathan? Yep, I remember that. Yep, we were just hooked to the TV. Like, what the hell happened? This, that, and then, yeah, working JFK. So you know the deal. Hmm. Strange, Jonathan. Interesting. If Stanton gets to 30 in the next 14 days, 14 games, I'd be shocked. Shocked. Or 16 games. Means he's going to have to hit 2 a day. Almost 2 a game. If he gets to 25, I'd be pretty happy. 25 in like 50 games, I'll take that. Cat X Airports. What does that mean, David? Direct view to Lower Manhattan. Dude, yeah. And then once you saw this thing hit, it's just you saw a cloud of just smoke permeating, like down by the Hudson River. You just saw it was everywhere. It was everywhere. Major airports. Okay, it's good to know. See, you from your lips to my God's ears, man. I would love Stanton to get 500 next year. I really would. I am predicting he'll get it in 2027, but we'll see. And I mean, I think Judge will probably get 50. where was I in 9/11? I was working that morning. I was coaching my high school track team, and I was on my way to practice. I had like a morning practice, and then on my way back home, I heard what happened. And then I turned the TV on. And they went upstairs, called my mom, said, "Yo, Ma, did you see this?" Put it on TV, and then like we were just crazy. It's crazy. And then 30 minutes later, the other plane hits the tower, and then you know, and all hell broke loose after that. So that's where I was just seeing. Where were you? Well, that's the thing is, and yes, like we don't know. This is why I think the doctor should come on. This is why I think Mike Fishman should come on in post games. Like if you're influencing the day-to-day operations of the team, you should be answering questions, not Aaron Boone, right? The doctor should be asking, why did you clear him? What made you think he continued to hold up, and so on and so forth. Like those are questions that it would be good to ask these guys. It really would be. Judge, it's probably not back to full strength yet. Yeah. Stan thinking he's in the MLB show, really. If he got to 30, Clemenza, in the next 3 weeks, man. Oh man. That would be he'd probably get an MVP vote. Maybe one. And watch out, I think Aroldis Chapman's gonna get a couple Cy Young votes too. You leave New York and you learn how to pitch again. It's like Aaron Rodgers, he leaves New York and learns how to play again in Pittsburgh. Crazy. Keep hitting that like button, gang. 29 likes. Hit that like button. And again, we have the next 3 games that we have against Boston is going to be telling too. Can we win 2 out of 3? Would be nice. If we won 1 out of 3, then we would go 6-6. If we won 2 out of 3, we'd go 5-7. So, which I think one of those is going to happen. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Susan. I wish I was in listening, a fly on the wall, listening to the doctors and the powers that be in Yankees explain why he can still play. And I don't know. I don't know what you've seen. I've been asking the same thing. Why doesn't analytics come to post game interviews? It's a great question. I wish I knew. That's why I keep saying Mike Fishman should be there in the post game with Aaron Boone to answer questions. I have a feeling they'll give Russell Wilson another start. At the very least, it's Russell Wilson. So, yeah, when Judge and Stanton home run together in the same game, they generally tend to win all the games. No. Oh, I would love it if the Yankees broke Chapman's scoreless streak. Oh, God. I would love it. Yeah. The Jet game. So, I will preview the games on Saturday. But with the Jets, they have so the Giants have the Cowboys in Dallas. Yeah, we have the Bills and MetLife. I think we're probably going to go 0-2. But if we can continue to show some things like we showed against Pittsburgh, score some more points and just stay in the right direction, because the week after that, and again, like, I don't know if I'd pick anybody over the Buffalo Bills right now. In all honesty. And we got Tampa Bay Buccaneers the week after that. So, well, I did a breakdown today, Nelson, earlier when I put out the lineup. I said, and I broke down the cumulative performance of the starting pitchers, including like Stroman and Cookie Carrasco and all the other guys I had this year. There's only one pitcher that averaged 6 innings per start. It was Max Fried. Carlos Rodon averaged 5 2/3. Everybody else weren't under 5. So it's just to show how much they miss Clark Schmidt, how much they miss Garrett Cole, because those guys gave them some length, right? So this is one reason why they had to overuse the bullpen, because they didn't have any pitching depth that they could call up yet, aside from Cam Schlittler. No, pretty sure he might be able to handle it, Ken. He's got the footwork, that's for sure. Shortstop for Yankees. I think Hill's he's only in seventh start and he's getting better too. I think Hill is fine. I think Hill is fine. Yep. Oh, what happened here? Could you imagine that, Russell? Yeah, I mean, it's one of the problems with Judge is he's been carrying the team for so long in the regular season. And when the playoffs come, he didn't really have it. I'm glad that he hit that big home run off Jack Flaherty last year in the World Series. Maybe that'll start to give him some confidence to start performing in the postseason, or performing more frequently. Yeah, and FE, the strike zone is in the building. What's good, brother? Yeah, like if you think about it, Buckeye, like if they go to, let's just say that they go to four-man rotation, they may go Rodon, Freed, probably Warren, and Hill. And then Schlittler will go. That would be a powerful arm in the bullpen. It really, really would be. I think we can, Nelson. I think we can make it far in the playoffs. If we're healthy, we're clicking on all cylinders. We're going to be a very hard team to beat, especially if we're deploying the weapons that we have and not having them sit on the bench. Got to deploy the weapons we have. So in order for us to, again, I talk about this a lot. Running bases, just manufacturing small ball runs as often as you possibly can. They add up. Sack fly. That's why having guys that steal bases is important. When you steal second, you steal third, and somebody hits a pie fly to the outfield with less than 2 outs, that guy's tagging up if you have speed. So, and you do that a couple times a game, you're all of a sudden you're adding 2 to 3 runs to the docket. So, to me, it's a good way of employing that type of skill set in a game. So now we're not only doing power, not only doing this, we're not only doing down pitching, playing small ball too, and fundamental ball. So. Yeah, well, exactly. Cam also, Buckeye. Cam's got 98 to 100, and he's got pretty good control. And I think they're going to continue to work on that too. So, yeah, pretty good, Robert. What's good, man? What is good? Schlittler, Yarbrough, Blackburn. Yeah, I mean that could be part of the bullpen there. I would definitely have Yarbrough and Blackburn in there to give the Yankees long innings. Cam, I mean that Cruz, Bednar. You probably have Tim Hill in there too. I remember that, Buck NFE. Got to give up on the season. Yeah, shouldn't go to the postseason because of I remember that too, NFE. So many just dreary fair weather fan pessimism. It's a shame. It really is. We did have Russell Wilson's draft rights. Yeah. Yep. He's come to spring training a few times with the Yankees. That was pretty fun. Generally, the trolls, Ken, they don't really show up when the Yankees win. That's all they have. That's all they have. Yeah, I don't. Duvall might make the post. I don't know, Susan. That's a good question. Like, do any of those 3 guys make the postseason roster? I don't know. Devin Williams, I guess they'll put him in low leverage situations earlier into the back end of the game. So, man, hopefully that pans out. If he gives them a clean inning in the 6th or the 7th, then they can move on. That's someone else they don't have to use. So, I'll take that at this point. Just give us a clean inning when you go in, please. Yeah. But, gang, we salvaged the series. We didn't win the series, but we salvaged it. So, and that's all we can ask for right now. I'm frustrated with the Yankees pen. I've been talking about it earlier, seeing I talked about that like I talked about some people, Leiter, Cruz, Weaver, locate and Duvall locating better. They locate better in the strike zone, they'll be a little bit more productive. Those guys like Weaver, um, Cruz locating his splitter faster, so that's low, not high, right? Weaver is off speed stuff. Duvall's cutter. These are, and working on consistent release points can get him just a little bit more of a trajectory. And I know it's easier said than done at the major league level, but these are things that I'm just looking at as a fan that I think would help the Yankees get better. And the bullpen is, again, the bullpen's tired too, because if you look at the video I put out today, I broke down the cumulative performance of the starters, that are here now right now in terms of the Yankees, and it just shows to show you how much the bullpen has worked, and they worked a lot. So I like Bednar, Colin. Yeah, it was just a cleaner defense today. See, right? It was cleaner defense there, and just a more just relaxed game. I like it, and I'll take it. Oh, exactly, CeeLo. Yeah. Playing soon. Shoot up and spin out. Yeah, man. It's just look. New York is not for everybody. We know that, Cleanser, right? New York's definitely not for everybody, and you could just tell that Devins is at times uncomfortable answering questions, and here it's not like a mosquito nest. It's just a beehive being stung everywhere by reporters. No, it never ends here. Me too, Colin. I think Caballero could be a good piece for us in the postseason too. Yeah. Yeah, I do think Devin Williams wind up going back to the West Coast after the season. I do. And I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do with Weaver, but don't be surprised if they trade Dominguez and maybe even one of their starters, let's just say Weaver, for a bat and a relief arm with controlled meters or something like that. Because maybe we have Garrett Cole coming back next year too. My guess they will sign some type of start pitcher. Yep. Yeah, I would expect to see Bednar in there tomorrow, CeeLo, just to keep him running and gunning regularly. Call Pavana. Yeah, that was a disaster, Clemenza. That was just a bad signing. Yeah. But let's end the night on a good note. How about that? Let's go enjoy this win. Let's get a good night's sleep. I'll be up in the morning training again, like usual. And then hopefully we'll go live tomorrow and celebrate a win. We're in Fenway tomorrow, baby. The Red Sox have been playing better the last couple of months. So we have to be smart. We have to beat them at their own game. We have to take it to the pitchers. We got to get Giolito out of the game in like the 4th or 5th inning. We got to load up his pitch count, right? Got to load him up. So Pavano, Kevin Brown, Jack McDowell. He was worse than both of them. But if I had to choose between the two, probably Pavano. Yeah. But either one. Pretty bad, Susan. Pretty bad. But yeah, Pavano is just a total bust. Absolute bust. But have a great night, everybody. Really. Peace and love to all of you. Hit the like button on the way out. And again, the Yankees win. See y'all tomorrow.